What's up, investors? It's Mike from MJF Invest. I wanted to do a live stream. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I just wanted to go live. I wanted to talk about a couple things. I wanted to get a video out there about some various topics. I've been experimenting a little bit going live. Before we get started, smash that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for future content. Really trying to grow, grow the audience, grow the channel, become more visible. That kind of stuff really helps with the YouTube algorithm when you hit the like button, subscribe, share the content, that kind of stuff. I wanted to go over a couple various topics. I wanted to discuss a couple trades I was looking at for the week. I wanted to talk about ARK Invest idea report that came out 2 weeks ago, and the whole controversy with GameStop and AMC kind of kibosh on it, and it kind of just flew right under the radar. It getting normal, puts research out there in such a manner. As retail investors, I feel like it's our job to consume that and absorb that information. So definitely go over to the ARK Invest website. I go through. They share their research in an open format, open source research. In a way, like I don't think anybody's ever done anything like that before. So it's really cool to see. I wanted to discuss a couple of things that were in the report. I wanted to talk about Impiction, ticker symbol IMPX. It's a trade that I made about 3 weeks ago. They had some interesting news that came out recently, and I wanted to discuss that. New sensors, more products, more revenue. We discussed in the previously how Impiction's technology, award-winning technology, is a real attractive asset for a penny stock. That was one of the main things that I really liked about ticker symbol IMPX when they were trading at $1, and it really still makes me like them even now. Right around $2. I think there's a lot of value there. There could be a pullback in the interim, but over a long period of time, I think that good products are going to sell and drive revenue. So I would consider myself an INPX bull. I like that company. I like the way they're set up. I like the way they're positioned, and they're pivoted, and they're in a position to pivot into so much with their technology and sensors and indoor intelligence, with workplace readiness. I wonder, are we ever going to go back to normal? What is normal at this point? To go back to the office? To go to live events like concerts, all those things in various sectors, a myriad of use cases. That's why I'm such a IMPX bull. If you guys are watching, please smash that like button. That stuff really helps the channel. Try to get some momentum, try to get some eyes here, trying to become more visible and grow the channel. So if you're in the live stream, please smash that like button and drop a comment. How you guys doing? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to hear? Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Valentine's Day. We got 5 people in here right now. I'd like to get a couple more. Only 2 likes. That means 3 you didn't hit that like button. Smash that like button for me. Share the content. Go on Twitter. Let them know you're in the live stream. Let's have a good time about this. Let's talk about some stocks. Talk about what you guys. I want to talk about what you guys want to do this week. What are you guys up to? What are you looking at? What are you interested in? I'm looking at a couple of companies. I have my little list. I really like ticker symbol CHEK this week. Based on the momentum too, and my last live stream, and then when I went on Twitter, a lot of people are talking about ticker symbol SOS. So I'm going to be definitely diving into that one to find some to find out what's going on, man. A lot of people seem to be excited about what ticker symbol SOS is doing. I I'm not gonna lie, at a glance, it spooks me a little bit because I'm not a big fan of, dumping a lot of money into companies, foreign companies. There's a lot of, there has been, at least in the past, some shady business, with some of the Chinese companies. There's some of the best companies in the world as well, some of the best technology. So that's not, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, whatever, but they have been known, especially with these cheap stocks that sound lucrative. So I definitely want to look into that company and make sure that there's something there. But based on market sentiment, I've asked around a few times, like, what do you guys want to hear about? What do you want to discuss? What stocks are you interested in? And like 25% of the answer I got was like SOS. Yeah, hey buddy, how you doing? Good morning, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I just wanted to get into that. Amplify, do you watch? Are you an ARK Invest like enthusiast? Like, do you follow what ARK Invest does in their research? I was going to go through a little bit of the Big Ideas report. I felt like the Big Ideas report was kind of looked over. I feel like it was just kind of, nobody really cared, right? Like the GameStop and the AMC short target was going on at the time. Okay, so it does have some credibility. Great. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into it, but I was already a little bit like, I have a cynical nature a little bit when it comes to investing. I want to be protected, so I'm gonna go in there with an unbiased eyes. Hey, Zachary, the young investor, thank you for joining me, man. I talked about Zach the other night. When you see young people, teens, getting on this path early, you got to support that. You got to push that. You got to encourage that. That's how I feel. So I see Zachary and Maya Parker is another one. Hey, Bruno Mendez, nice to see you. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Going back to Zach, the young investor, it's so awesome to see a young guy getting it, and a young woman like Maya getting involved in this and making content, not just making content that's good quality content for teenagers. They're making good quality content. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. And it's just so cool to see because I could project, he's only 12. He probably doesn't even understand, but these kids have a real chance to be millionaires possibly one day with this kind of thought process at such a young age. So I'm definitely, I'm definitely I definitely want to promote that and support that. So shout out. Thank you, Zach, for joining. And if you watch this, if you're in this live stream or you're going to watch this live stream later, make sure you guys check out the Young Investor and support, what they do. If you guys are watching, please hit that like button. I'd like to get the channel going. I'm getting close to getting monetized. A couple of watch hours away from monetization. I've been making content for about 4.5 months. So I'm just getting there. So that's, I feel like that's pretty quick. I'm proud of the work so far. I'm proud of the content, the record. We're up pretty big. I don't have many losses. And it's not like I sit here and I tell you like, oh, I have a crystal ball. I just focus on research. This is stuff anybody could do. I'm no smarter. I'm no better than anybody else. I have no background in finance. About 2 years, I've most of my free time goes towards this, but it can be, and it's changed my financial position. I hope that it changes my family's financial position. That's my grandkids that aren't born yet, nephews. I want to be a symbol of that. In the middle class, in the lower end of the middle class, and now, rising up out of that, and I believe that could also be done across the board. I believe the stock market is the vehicle through inequality, and we got to do the research and we got to do the DD, and I really, not that I like a lot of the other YouTubers. There's a lot of good ones, but I feel like there's not enough people focused on research, focused on fundamentals. It's a bull market. It's a crazy bull market. So everybody's a genius in a bull market. Keep that in mind. You don't want to pick up too many bad habits. Good morning, Sherwin. Thank you for joining. Happy Valentine's Day. If anybody's watching, please hit that like button. Subscribe for future content. What do you guys want to talk about first? Yeah, definitely. Too much clickbait videos. But what I what I fear, this is what I really fear, honestly, is it is a bull market right now, right? Like we would agree we're either in a bubble or at least approaching a bubble. We have to at least acknowledge that. I don't want to be a pessimist or a skeptic, but you got to at least consider, you got to start thinking, right? And there's a lot of people that are just constantly. That's right. More people like Wall Street. And I'm trying to follow, and that's how I view my videos. I feel like my videos I don't feel like they're Wall Street videos, but I feel like they're videos that are focused on research, they're focused on information, and they're focused on the fundamentals and technicals of a trade. And that's the kind of channel I want to have. That's the kind of audience I want to build, and even I want to draw new people that are not investing at all, and have them get involved. Because this can be done by everyone, and that's what I want this to be. This place, my channel, to be a central location that retail investors can come to get reliable information about growth stocks, where they could get the information. Never just like, the guy Mike from MJF Investing he told me to buy this. He told me it's going to 30. He told me, and there's too much of that. Nobody can tell you where a stock is going. They can't. These, easy money, that like none of that is sustainable for long. So you're gonna need to be able to know how to pick some of these stocks on your own at some point. IPOF and SoFi. Yes, I love Shamath. Thank you for joining me. Good morning. IPOF, I own IPOF. I talk about it quite a bit on a lot of my videos. I'm a believer in betting the jockey, so I'll always bet on Shamath until he gives me a reason to not believe in him. Up to this point, I love his vision, and and the companies. If you pay attention to the companies that he's buying, his portfolio of companies, this guy's changing the world, and he's doing it in a positive way. And when it's just more than finance and money and dollar signs, I think there's something to that. There's more substance, there's more connection, and there's more of a chance for success. I don't do that with anybody else to this point. But when Shamath does something, I will buy it just for him. I don't even do that with Kathy Wood. But obviously it's a little different because Kathy owns so many stocks and manages portfolios. But when Shamath, I just know IPOF is going to be a good company. If you've been following his Twitter, he's been hinting at or indicating that it's going to be a play in energy storage, like a software company, I'm thinking. And then I think IPOD, he's also been talking about this battery project that he's doing. This battery project, he was discussing how like 65% of the lithium comes out of China, and he has a project in the works for something like that. Yeah, no, you know what? I saw it the other day, and I meant to say that to you, Zach. So that's so cool. You got a reply from the Shamath Palihapitiya. He's still in the early phases of his career, but 10 years from now, like he will be the Warren Buffett. He will be in the top 5 richest people in the world. Like his name will be known. These companies are going to be MP Materials, Open Door, Slack, all these companies, Virgin Galactic. Everything that he's bringing, yes, he's just a disruptive machine. So, of course, I think that IPO D and IPOF are going to be very similar. They're going to be great companies. If not, you could trade it. Like if he attaches a company that you totally hate, it will get some momentum the day he announces a target. The day that he goes on Squawk Box at 9 a.m. in the morning and he's announcing what company it is, you'll get a little bit of a bump. And if you don't like the company, get out then. That's what I figured, worst case scenario. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. I'd like to get some guys on the channel. Subscribe for future content. I played calls with IPOF for March 19th and IPOD. I got call options. They were pretty cheap. I figured why not? By March 19th, he should. I know it's a little bit risky, but again, I talk about that, taking chances because, I'm not investing with $1 billion. I don't have $1 million in my portfolio. So a 2% return is not going to cut it for me. I have to take some chances. I have to hunt down some speculative plays. And I got to, I'm looking for 10x trades or 5x trades. So with that, there's going to be some risk associated. So I went with the call options on IPOF. I kept my strike price low, but I got them for March the 19th. Sunlight is trading low. Shamath on the pipe. I'm not familiar with that one. Which one are you talking about? Yeah. What's funny too? You just said he's in the trenches. When Shamath was saying he's in the trenches, somebody put one of those, memes together, a timeline. And when Shamath had said it right before the open door deal, or not open door. It was right before the MP deal and right before the desktop metal deal, and the Clover deal, I think it was. Like he tweeted that out. I'm in the trenches, relaxing. And then like 7 or 8 days later, the target was announced. Haha. Hey, Eric, what's up, man? Happy Valentine's Day to you and your family. Hope everybody enjoys. Yeah, man, I was on I did a live stream last night. I don't know who was on it or if anybody from here was on it, but I talked a lot about Pure Storage and how excited I am about Pure Storage and the possibilities for growth, and some of those numbers, right? The customer retention numbers are huge. It's like getting a peek at their they're forecasting their earnings. We know that 64% of their customers intend to spend at least 6% more than they spent the previous year. So 6% or more, 2/3 of their customers. I mean, so that their revenue is gonna jump. And then there was like 10% adoption rate. So 10% of the industry was basically saying that they would consider adapting Pure Storage. So really exciting stuff. I think this is going to be a big year. That's right, Amsterfly, you were here last night. I talked a lot about Pure Storage. Crazy bull about that. Data being a commodity, like the oil of the internet of things. It's a very important commodity, and I think it's only gonna be more realized. I don't think people really know. I don't think people would be giving their data away freely the way they do if they knew what this data was or what these companies did with your data. I don't think people would be so just, you know what I mean? So data is a commodity. It develops products. It helps these companies understand their customers better on a deeper level, and they can't do that if they can't organize their data and store their data. That's a problem that a lot of these companies have. And as computing gets, evolves, it's only going to get harder. So, the flash way is not working. Pure Storage is there. I mean, you guys know how I feel. If you're still watching, smash that like button. Also consider subscribing for future content. I'm just about ready to monetize. I should be monetized in about a week. Maybe 2. I'm over the subscriber. I just need a couple more watch hours. So I've been experimenting with the live stream. I want to have a little bit more of an interactive audience and be, interface a little more to understand what you guys want to talk about, what you guys are thinking. I want to know. I love fresh perspectives. I say it all the time. I have a very limited perspective with 2 eyes and 2 ears. So I get an idea. I like to throw it out there to you guys and hear the poke some holes if you can. If you can poke some holes in my theories, please do. I want to try to patch them up, make sure I covered all my bases. So it's a give and take. That's the kind of audience that I want. Company is solar. Yeah. By the way, I'm thinking, does anybody have a guess of what they're thinking IPOF is, just to speculate a little bit? I'm thinking it's either, I know he's been talking about the battery thing. I'm thinking like an energy. He said it's his biggest move against climate change to this point. I know that he said that in a tweet. a couple of weeks back, and I was assuming that was for IPOF, but I don't know. Does anybody else have any theories or knowledge about that? Also wanted to discuss. No problem, Maya. Maya, the teen investor, is in here, and Zach, both of the teen investors in here. You guys should check those out. Really encourage the young people to stay on this path. They both do a great job on their channels. I really like their work, both of them. Thoughts on diversification? How many stocks do I hold and how many sectors? I view my investments and my trades a little bit differently, okay? My investments are like my long terms. And if this wasn't such a bull market, if the market wasn't so friendly, I would own between like 10 and 12 stocks. Tesla, Roku, Pure Storage, PayPal, MP Materials, Open Door, Metromile, Aqua Bounty, Nano Dimensions, Iovance. I think I have 12. I have 12. I'm missing one. And I have those companies in my long-term portfolio, right? And then I start to trade. I'll take trades on, and I view them as trades until I really understand the company, and I want to add it. And then once I add it, then it's, I add it, and now it's there for good, and I don't, consider. But if I just see value in the short term, I will add. I'll go over 12. I can own up to 15 or 18 positions, but I don't view. View my long-term investments. They're there. I don't sell them. I don't, I try to add, and I use the trades, the speculative trades to earn capital, to put into Tesla, to put into Roku, to put into Pure Storage, to put into PayPal. I can give you an example, like, hold on a second. Oh, boy. I could go, sorry about that, a little interruption, where I could take that capital and put it back into Tesla, put it back into Roku, put it back into PayPal, and rinse and repeat. A good example would be Medica, right? But I don't necessarily view that. I don't view that as my long-term. I get to trade for me. It's just a longer trade. I got in December. I saw a catalyst for April, so I know I'm going to at least hold it till there. With the essays that they have in the pipeline and the partnerships, makes me think that there could be some value here, that these products are going to be successful and that they are attractive. I think a big company would want to own Zomedica. Who wouldn't want to own that, right? So with a little success, there could be a lot of value there. So I don't want to. I was never willing to sell my shares at 2x or 4x. As it popped, then I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of value here, and I'm going to take that capital. I'm going to say probably after Trueforma gets to market, I'll start to take profits a little bit. Maybe I'll sell 20% of my position, and then 20% of that position will go into Tesla or Pure Storage. No, ZOM I was talking about. I'm saying it's a longer swing trade. I don't view ZOM as a long-term investment. It's not in my portfolio like Tesla is. It's just like a long swing trade. But I take that trade to earn capital to put into Roku or Tesla or whatever. FRSX is another trade. I haven't decided yet if I was going to just leave it forever, or I was just going to keep an eye on it for the next 6 months, year and a half. So overall, I'll have about between 15 and 18 positions, but 10 to 12 of them are my real investments, and that's all I would have. When the market goes back to normal or a little bit less friendly, that's probably how I probably would have no higher than 12 or 15 companies. FMAC could bring Discord public. I'm not. I got to look into that company. I'm not really sure. I hope it will be battery software company that integrates solar storage, balancing, and the electric grid, allowing homeowners to make grid. Are you familiar with a company like that, Eric? Do you know of one off your head? Is there something like that out there that you think might be attached to IPOF? I'm not familiar with any companies like that. And I think you're right. I think it's going to be something along those lines. I do know that he's tweeted a couple of times that this was the most, or his proudest, in his battle against climate change or something, something along those lines. So I agree that it's going to be in that sector. I don't know any companies that do that. Someone said AutoGrid could be an IPOD. AutoGrid? I don't know. Yeah. I would agree that would be great. So IPOF is going to be I'm hoping is going to be pretty big. That's why I played March 19th call options for it. They were really cheap, man. I got they were like a 109 or a contract or something just a couple of weeks ago. It was crazy. And with like a 1750 strike for March 19th. And, it's a gamble, but I'm betting on Chamath. I bet the jockey. When it comes to Chamath, I will bet the jockey. I don't think nobody else has made me that much money. So, Elon Musk, that's maybe it, but even Kathy, I it's a little different because she owns so much, but no, 1750. 1750. Sorry, I didn't mean 750, 1750. Yeah, and by the way, ARK Invest Big Ideas, again, it came out a couple weeks ago, flew right under the radar. Did anybody read that report or go through that report? There was some really good stuff in there, particularly the deep learning, the recreation of the data center, which kind of fits in with Pure Storage a little bit, as well as, man, she dedicated a lot to Bitcoin and blockchain, which was pretty cool. More recently, I've been really stuck on this blockchain. Like, I'm really fascinated by the blockchain technology. Weeks ago, if there's any like real blockchain nerds out there and want to like geek out, it's probably a video for somebody like that, more or less than like a casual. But the blockchain technology is really cool, and in the Big Ideas report, Kathy had about 4 or 5 sections dedicated to digital wallets, Bitcoin preparing for institutions, virtual worlds. They talk a little bit about crypto pets and crypto art. So there's a lot of stuff coming, and it's kind of wild to wrap your brain around it all. But that's the kind of investor I am. I want to invest in the way I see the world, 5 or 10 years from now. I don't want to, I don't ever want to be on the wrong side of change. I don't ever want to get stuck in my ways, too much. And innovation really is a passion for me. Technology is a passion for me. So I really want to keep an eye on that. And I believe that that's the way to, outsized returns in the stock market. Again, I don't have $1 billion to invest, so I can't invest for 2% returns or 3% returns. I just can't. There's no, I don't have enough money. So I need to take on speculative trades. I need to take some risks, but they need to be and managed through the research, through the information. And I believe through hard work and work ethic and, principles and strategy that, this is a solid vehicle for everybody. So, let a friend know, let a coworker know, let a family member know how you're doing, how well you're doing. Send them over to this channel. Let them watch some videos. Just get people familiar. I think that everybody needs to be doing this. It's growing and it's cool to see all happening and unfolding. But I don't think we're anywhere near as where we need to be. As far as investors, retail investors, I think everybody needs to be investing in some capacity. Everybody can do it. This could change people's lives, and to promote that and send that message out there. I want to be a part of that. So send, tell a coworker, a friend, a family member, whatever. Get somebody to make an investment. If you're still watching, please smash that like button. Subscribe for future content. ARK Daily, hey buddy, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, another live. I'm trying to get more familiar with the audience, and get a little better with technology. Like, I'm no good at this. If you go, I know my videos aren't the most technologically savvy now, but I knew nothing about technology like 4 months ago when I started this. So I've come a long way. I plan to continue to, catch up with everybody else as far as like on the tech end. So this is like part of it. If you had 20 punches, you could only make that, you'd be a better investor because you ain't really thinking about every decision. Yeah, that's right. The Warren Buffett has a lot of great quotes when it comes to stock market, but the one where he talks about it's even better than baseball. Like, you don't have to swing at every pitch. You only have to swing at the ones you could hit a home run on. And we were talking about that on last night's live stream. We were talking about you don't have to be on every train that takes off or every plane that takes off. You want to trade what you want to know what you own, and you want to understand what you have. You don't want to, FOMO is a bad thing. It's going to hurt you in the long run way more than it's going to help you. I don't care if you make money on one, you could probably point to a trade where you say, oh, I made money on it, but sometimes that's the worst thing that could happen. That's right. Yeah, you don't have to swing at every pitch. That's right. I love quotes too, man. I mentioned it yesterday. There was a great quote from Sir Isaac Newton, and I saw it the other day. And what he said was, if I've seen further than others, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants. And it's a pretty powerful quote, man. It talks, it kind of touches on the connection, and you can only do so much by yourself. You can only do so much alone. You need the help of others. You need a strong team around you. You need, even if it's for perspective. That's right. I sure did. Yeah, I did tweet that out. I love that quote. And it is. It's like we need connection. Like, even when you think about it, like the first thing you do, if you scratched off a lottery ticket and it was $1 million, what's the first thing you would do? You probably call somebody. You call your mom. You call your wife. You call your husband. Right away, you want to share it with somebody, right? Like, so that's like in our core, the connection, and that's kind of the idea of this, like on some level, like the connection, between an audience and to do it as a community and as a tribe, as a team, however you want to look at it. I really think, you really, you're doing it as a unit, and there's power in that. Look what Wall Street Bets did. They took down they almost took down a major, institution, which is really cool. It shows the power of the people. And those people, they did some really good work on that. If you go back to 7-8 months ago, Roaring Kitty, the guy on YouTube, Roaring Kitty, I don't know his other work, so I can't speak on his other work. But the work he did on GameStop is probably the best work anybody's done on the internet, period. He called all this stuff. That's right. My community is worth a lot. He called all this stuff, 7-8 months ago. He was talking about short interest, and he was talking about the short attack and the GameStop pivot, and he basically called it. And he was saying, like, a few months from now, we'll be in a position where we could. And it's like, how the hell did this guy do all this? And it just goes to show, it reinforces the theory that we could do this, man. We could do this. Retail investors could do this. We have the edge. We have the advantage. Not the advantage, but we have the edge. We have the playing field. Yeah, he was there since 2019. Another thing I want to talk about was deep learning. Was the very first topic in ARK Invest Big Ideas report. Kathy talks about, or let me see, I don't know who the author was actually. I'm saying Kathy, but it probably wasn't Kathy. It was probably Tasha Keeney. Probably wrote the deep learning. But in this report, ARK Invest forecasts that deep learning can add upwards of $3 trillion to the U.S. economy. And to tie Pure Storage into that too, like, and that's pretty exciting as an investor, right? Like, you look at their total addressable market now, and it's pretty exciting. But when you start to make forecasts like that, you can't, any valuation you give on that company today would be undervalued when if you add $3 trillion almost directly to the market or sector there. No, it's not directly into the sector they're in, but it's, around it, deep learning's around it. They're positioned to, if Pure's products, I mean, they have so many products, not even like, I guess but I'm always circling back to PSTG, huh? But their products are great. I have a playlist on my channel. I'm really proud of that work. I watched some of it again, recently, and I think I covered that stock pretty good over the last, 2 or 3 months, and I think that it's getting ready to go. So check that out. Yeah, Maya, you should check that out. Definitely. In every pitch. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about too was, does anybody own BNGO? Are there any BNGO investors in the live stream right now? Yes, that's exactly. That's what I mean. It's beautiful. Pure Storage is a picks and shovels play on deep learning. Because, and again, it's they're positioned so well with so many different products. And some of those partnerships. Particularly the product they make on their own, the Evergreen. I mean, that product is so mind-blowing to me. Like, oh my God! Like, I wish people got more excited about technology the way I did, but that's okay. I think the market will. You want to have a choice once their earnings start coming out and they're blowing earnings out of water. Investors won't have a choice at that point. So I want to get in there. Yeah. Now BNGO is an interesting one to me because I still love that technology, but I don't know. I don't know if I would buy it now at 12 quite right now. But again, I don't know enough about their financials either. So I don't have a long-term price target. I mean, it's look what they do. I made a video, matter of fact, and I'm not trying to like fucking I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I made a video about BNGO back in November. I haven't found the video on YouTube that's older. I really haven't. But I talked at the time. I had come across an article that Binome Genomics Sapphire system had replicated the human X chromosome. Right? It was the first time it was ever done. And in that video, I said, I don't know what that means. I don't know what goes into that, but I know it sounds lucrative. I know it sounds like money, Yeah, BNGO. And I've seen a couple of people try to say that they were first on BNGO after that. They weren't. Like, they were way late. I was talking about BNGO back in November last year, September even. It was like one of my very first videos. Given the video was the crap quality, I didn't know how to really put a video together or edit yet at the time, but nonetheless the information was there. And then I made a video a couple of weeks after that. I think I have 3 videos out about BNGO before anybody else had one. Yeah, big, real big. And then also a couple of weeks after that, the other thing was after they replicated the human X chromosome, and Boston Children's Hospital used Sapphire, acquired Sapphire. They used machines for kids with cancer, and then they were started out with COVID. And once Boston Children's Hospital started using Sapphire, I had a pretty good idea that this thing was going to go bananas, Yeah, December 28th. But if you look at my video, Walrus is one of the guys that says he was first. He wasn't first. Look, it's there. I mean, I had 2 videos out before he had 1. So that's why he said he was first, and then and I love Dead Inside. I'm not even like bragging. Dead Inside was saying he was first. He wasn't first either. I had videos out months before they did. It's just unfortunate. You gotta have a small audience, I don't know, Yeah, but it doesn't matter. My time will come and it will go, and we're going to keep focusing on the research and doing stuff like that. Again, like I said, we came across an article back in November. It was about a company had a product that replicated the first human X chromosome for the first time ever, and it led me to BNGO. So, again, through the information, you know what I mean? So that's part of my message. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, December 28th. But again, I talked about it way before December 28th, though. Look, go back. It's there. Talk about it in November, September even. Definitely. What else? In PAC-B, I don't know any much about Pacific Biosciences, and it's really hard to understand the sequencing and where this is going. I tried my best. I read the Big Ideas report a couple times. There's some really, really interesting and fascinating things in that report. Also, everybody's been talking about SOS. I'm a little bit, again, apprehensive about Chinese companies, but I mean, the fact that market sentiment that I asked on Twitter, I asked on YouTube, and then I asked in a live stream, and like 30% of the answers have been SOS. So I guess this is gonna keep running, huh? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. What do they do exactly? I don't even really know what they do. I tried to read like a brief overview. It's a crypto play, I know, but when I read the company overview, I couldn't connect crypto to it. How? But I guess I'll just look into it a little bit deeper. If you're still watching, guys, please hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe for future content. Follow me on Twitter too, as well. I've been going live is a little bit easier. Making a video and getting it out does take time. Sometimes it can take a day, 2 days. It can take like 5-6 hours to get out. So, some of the other trades I just miss, right? Like I just can't get to air, get it out in time. So follow me on Twitter at MJF_invest. I'm a little bit more active. I'll be on there. We talk, I talk with a bunch of people on there. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. Oh, no problem. Yeah, go ahead, Maya. See you later. Have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day. Too is another kid. He I know that was like one of his biggest positions. I'm not familiar enough with Archimoto. I don't know the business well or really at all. I do like IMPX. Ball Deep, how you doing? Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for joining the live stream. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Yes, Impiction is a company. I do like Impiction. I made a video about it actually a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. It's on the channel. It should only be like 5 videos back. During the week, they had just announced they have Unitron is going to be distributing their sensors. They have CO2 sensors that is another product. It's an add-on. So that's a positive sign. In the IMPX video, we talked about it's penny stock, right? So it's speculative, but they weren't in a bad financial position, and it's award-winning technology. And they had some partnerships. Like they just got a contract with the Mall of America, the United States government. They were granted an FCC patent, approvals. They're winning awards. So it felt like a good time to get in. Worried about direct? Well, it's a penny stock. They have to raise money, right? Like, the problem with that is I get, okay, so you want to know if you like Impiction, what, like in the next, for 6 months? I don't know how Impiction's going to do for the next 6 months. I'd bet on it over the next 5 years, 3 years. I think it's going to do good. It's going to do good. It's going to do real good. It's set up pretty nice. Think about it. Think about the tech. Think about where it's going, and just look at their partnerships. Lenovo is going to distribute. I mean, there's just There's no way that they're not, but they probably will dilute shares. They have to. They probably have to raise money. I mean, it's a pretty small company. It's like 503. What is it? 300 million market cap. 3 in a few weeks. But no, I don't think they were all directs. What or not public. Let me see. Appreciate the feedback though. The big partnerships plus penny stock. Yes, I agree. That's pretty much my penny stock criteria. Exactly. Big partnerships. That's pretty much what I look for in a penny stock. That's like the secret sauce right there. The big partnerships. That's right. Sounds good. Yeah. And yeah, and again, direct offerings are going to happen. Aqua Bounty is another company I'm a long-term investor in. Been there for a few months. They need to raise capital. I understand that as a long-term investor, they're going to have to, dilute shares, and that's a good thing, right? Like I want my company to raise their money. They need to get to scale. They need to build another, Farm 4. I'm expecting Farm 4 to be coming fairly soon. They're looking for, a JV partner and a location in Israel. Hopefully they select that pretty soon. Also maybe name a U.S. food distributor. That could be, I'm sorry, not U.S. foods. I said U.S. foods. They could also be naming a distributor pretty soon. I was connecting a dot to Sylvia Wolf because she used to work for U.S. Foods. What else? What else you guys got? Anything? What else you guys looking at this week? What's everybody's big plays this week? Anybody got anything? FIII? I don't know what that is. Let me see what it is, though. What is FIII? FIII. Oh, another SPAC, huh? Oh, this is the oh, they brought Tattooed Chef. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put that one on my watch list. Are they did they name a target? Elm's last mile delivery. Oh, last mile delivery. Are they all right? I gotta look into it. I definitely gotta look into it. With that being said, I do like Tattooed Chef a whole lot. Tattooed Chef is a fantastic company, growing very fast. Gonna have a big year. They're gonna. I'm starting to see it in the stores. I was in Target. I saw it. I saw it in Costco. Because I'm familiar with the company, I know that they're making private labels for like Trader Joe's, and I saw the product there. So they're gonna do really good. They're gonna be in 50% of Walmart's before the end of the year. They're gonna be in over 50% of Targets before the end of the year, and their online business is growing as well. They're adding new products. In the last couple of months, I mean, they signed deals like 7-Eleven. I mean, name a grocer, and they got to deal with it. So, I mean, I don't see a way that the revenue doesn't go up a lot in 2021. The company's growing very fast, 100%, and probably going another 100% this year. So, really exciting for growth stock. So ELMS. NSAV, huh? Whatever makes you happy. All right. NSAV, I got to look into that one as well. I'm not familiar with it. And ELMS, huh? I don't know that one either. Big partnerships with a penny stock. I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We talk about volatile stocks, talk about growth stocks, and we focus on research on this channel. The idea is to use information to manage risk and find growth stocks, stocks with conviction. I also want to throw out there, just a couple of minutes ago, we were talking about Roaring Kitty, right? And Roaring Kitty went hard with GameStop. His conviction was in there, and he just hit it, bang, 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 and he became, and somebody just wrote, he made, is that right? 20,000 to 11 million. 20,000 to 11 million. See, but regardless, whether that's true or not, if it was 20,000, it's still to a lot. You don't need to spread yourself so crazy thin. You don't need to own like Tesla and Neo and Fisker because you think they're all going to go up. You know what I'm saying? The money that you put in Neo, the money that you put in Fisker, the money that you put in whatever isn't going into your main stock, right? So he is DFV on Wall Street Bets. I don't know. I don't know on Wall Street Bets. I support Wall Street Bets. I love the idea, love what they did, but I don't really. I'm not part of that community. Not yet, anyway. Oh, we started with 50K. Okay. Yeah. See, but that's my point, though. You could one position can change your life in a big way. Roaring Kitty proved that. So if you get yourself 3-4 really strong conviction trades, you flip some other stuff to get them into that, you could really do well for yourself. Deep effing value, huh? That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's see. What do you think about MRVL? Is that Marvel? Are you talking about Marvel? MRVL? I would have to do a little bit. I would have to look a little bit more into the company and the business. But, I fear, it might be the best that we've seen. I mean, how much bigger can Marvel get, really? I mean, isn't Iron Man dead? I'd have to look at the business, honestly, to give you an accurate, to give you an opinion that mattered. I would have to look into it. But just my quick reaction to my Twitch reaction would be, Marvel is Marvel, and how much better can they, how much bigger can they possibly get? Like, they're already huge, right? Avengers is done. I mean, nothing's going to get bigger than that. The movies are kind of beat, right? They're done. Marvel Electronics. I don't know. I really have to look into that. He's not Marvel superhero. It's Marvel Electronics. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sai. Then I'm not familiar with Marvel Electronics. Sorry about that. How about this? Marvel Technology Group, MRVO. I don't know what is there something about them that's that I should know? Yeah. All right, guys, we're at 50. I'm gonna wrap it up in about 7 minutes. Oh, okay. Work to make semiconductors, and it works in 5G. Well, that's very promising. Obviously, semiconductors is going to be a big deal. There's a semiconductor company that I started to look into, and I actually really like it. It's called FormFact, ticker symbol FORM. I started to like that one. I think that one's pretty interesting. And the 5G thing, like I'm not sure. I was hearing about CRNT, they were going to have such a blowout earnings, and they got them and T-Mobile, and it's going to be great partnerships, all this news, and kind of underwhelmed, You know which one? I'm going to start doing more content and focusing on ARK Invest Israeli Fund. I discussed that a little bit yesterday. I don't know if anybody's or who is familiar with the Israeli ETF, but they got some really fascinating companies in there. That's right, because of the Hoye ban, right? Yeah, dead inside. Yeah. You know, oh, the ARK Israeli ETF. What I really like about that too is and obviously this is very speculative, but if you go through that ETF from top to bottom, there are companies, every company is like 600 million market cap, 300 million market cap, 500 million market cap, 400, pretty much all like startup type. So there's going to be some massive runners, and obviously there's going to be some flops too. You know, they're still human beings. They're not going to be right all the time, but there's going to be one or two like just absolute monsters out of that, right? That are going to grow into something really special. So I want to try to take advantage of that now. And I've been paying attention to it the last couple of weeks, skimming through it, making lists, jotting stuff. Nothing's really jumping out like, you know, yet. I like ticker symbol ONE. I also like ticker symbol GILT, but that's been running now lately. CRNT was another one too, but in all fairness, you know, that CRNT probably will end up running at some point. THBR, merger with the Indie Semiconductor, but only trading at $12. Not familiar. Somebody asked about a lithium play last night, and I had said I don't have a lithium play yet, but somebody that I know, you know, they know what they're talking about. They were, you know, somebody that I respect. Hold on a second. Their lithium play was LTHM. It's also, I believe, a SPAC. You know, but I don't have a lithium play in my portfolio right now. You know, I don't know if I'll get one. Maybe if Shamath, if IPOD or IPOF is involved in that area, then maybe I'll be involved. But as of now, I don't have one. Anything else? What else, you guys? Anything else you guys want to talk about? No? Everybody's good? All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I may jump on again later. I don't know. You know, I got really not much going on today, so I'm going to be, you know, around. I might jump on for another live stream later. I don't know. I hope you guys had a good time. Enjoyed yourselves. Hope you got some good information. I'm going to go maybe, I don't know, write some topics down, and, you know, if I could muster together a few topics that are interesting, I'm going to jump back on and do another live stream. Maybe this afternoon sometime, maybe tonight. But we will see. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Hit that like button. There's 10 people in the room. Hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I'm gonna, you know, I'll get a nice list together, some topics, some interesting trades that I'm gonna take on for the week ahead. As of right now, I really like CHEK, and I really like IPOF. I'm thinking IPOF is gonna play that. I think there's gonna be volatility to trade off of with IPOF. I believe there'll be a target before the end of the week. I think Impiction will also have a pretty good week. I also like PRQR. I'm thinking that's going to have a nice week this week too. But I'll have more plays later on. I'll write some down, you know, a little more technical. And then we'll discuss maybe some other topics I'll put together. If you guys are still watching, thanks a lot. Please hit that like button, subscribe for future content, share the content, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a coworker, tell anybody. Send a tweet, tell Twitter, tell Facebook. You know, I need your help. I need your help to build this audience up. You know, I feel like there needs to be more focus on research and more focus on, you know, fundamentals. Yes, LTHM. Thank you, Gary. I really appreciate that, man. I hope you're a subscriber. Please subscribe. Hit that like button. Thank you for the kind words. Here late, but you're the. Thank you very much, Riley. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I hope you're a subscriber. Please hit that like button. I'm gonna jump back on a little bit later. I'm gonna write some notes. I'll jump back on a little bit later. I don't know what everybody's got planned today. I'm gonna try to jump back on about maybe 3 o'clock, something like that. If you guys are available, keep an eye out. Keep doing this. It's fun. Also, I don't know how to. I'm trying to figure it out. How do I share my screen? That's what I would really like to do. To do a live stream. And if there's any beginners or any new investors, I would love to do a live stream and walk you through how I research a stock. I would walk you through step by step, what I look for, criteria, websites, the whole nine. But I don't know how to share my screen. But if anybody knows how to do that, if you could drop me send me a tweet or a direct message or something. I want to step my game up. I want to grow the channel. I want to grow the audience. I want this year to be a good year, man. I really do. Why not, right? Why not? And again, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all the support, all the kind words. You guys are great. I appreciate it. I'll probably see you guys at 3 o'clock. If you're free, keep an eye out. Happy Valentine's Day to all, and take care.